Whew, man.
Close your eyes, visualize, and repeat after me. All things will be produced in superior quantity and quality. With greater ease, each man works at a single occupation in accordance with his natural gifts. And at the right moment, without memory, shit, and I move forward. Voice the valuable time, partner. The question of the day, of every day for the rest of my life is this. What are you supposed to be doing right now? My life is waiting, baby. It is waiting on me. Joy. Enjoy music.
It's already connected. What's it doing? Why do I not have a... Boy, I tell you. Hey, I didn't even know y'all was here. How y'all doing, man? Hey, still trying to get set up. My apologies. I am getting things situated here. Give me 1 second. Let me finish getting everything set up and I will be starting. If this thing don't come on here, so what do I got here? Okay. Am I in the right one? Wait a minute. Make sure I'm in the right one. Come on here. Okay. I think this is it. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Okay. All right, you guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome to another episode live. Recently started. Tony Max, for those who don't know, or for you who don't know, whoever you may be. Yeah, man. Just getting started with my lives and, trying to make it do what it do. Today's issue is, I seen this video about this one sister. She was addressing relationships on a different channel and I came across it and I had to grab it. And this topic is controversial because women believe one thing and then you have a lot of guys that we believe something else. Well, some of us believe something else contrary. So it's kind of been a tad bit of a tug of war going on here. But at the end of the day, we all love each other and we're really just trying to figure out how to get this thing right so that we can begin to have or start having successful relationships like we used to do back in the gap. There's no reason why if we did it once that we should not be able to do it again. And I hope you guys can hear me clearly. If you can't, please hit the chat and let me know. So in my neighborhood, to give you guys a brief summary, in my neighborhood, the way I came up, I seen a lot of black men. There were plenty of black men around me. all of my buddies, it was like maybe 4, 5, 6 of us, little boys. And we running around with go-karts and running through the different neighborhoods, having fun, playing with each other. And on a regular basis, I would see fathers, black fathers, African American black men who got up, went to work every day, came outside, played ball with their sons, checked on the kids. We'll go off and play and do our things, ride go-karts, have fun, football games in the middle of the street. I don't see none of this anymore. I mean, it's like very, very rare. In some instances, you might see it, but it's very few and very far between. So I said that to say this. I came across this video. Let me play a little bit of it. Let me see what, I'm not even sure what channel it is. I'm kind of stumbling here, so you guys have to give me some grace. Have some grace with your boy, because I'm just getting everything underway, and I got a lot of work to do. I had a very long day today, but I'm on my grind, and I'm gonna make sure that I do the best and give you guys the best that I possibly can. So with that being said, let's see if we can find this video clip here. Get this going here, and okay. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. Sorry about that. That's my bad. Give me a second, and where we at? Yeah, this is it. Okay. So we're gonna move this out of the way, and where is that clip at? Where's that clip at? I know doggone well I had it. Okay, look, give me a second. Let me find it, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I had it set up, ready to go. I'll be a son of a gun. This it? No, that's not it. Doggone it. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Uh-oh, let me see. Okay, give me 1 second. I literally just had it up. I don't know what the heck. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I got it.
What is the difference between
Okay, I got it. I got it, you guys. I got it. Took me a little second, but I had to get it, and I got it now. Okay, so let's bring this over. Whoop. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do right here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we go, you guys. Okay, now it's on the It's Giving podcast. I ran across this a little earlier today, right? And check this out. This is crazy. Shouts out to the It's Giving podcast.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. And we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them. I think a beautiful...
Let me stop it right there. That was already a whole lot of information to unpack. Now, just think about that for a second. Seeking out the needs of a man without him having to say so. Being trained. What did she say? Groomed. You have to be groomed by your parents, by the mothers. The mothers are the first teachers. They're the ones who are supposed to groom the daughters into what it looks like in being a wife. I was as I progress here, you guys are going to see I'm going to be much better prepared. I'm not as prepared as I need to be, but I came across another video where I was looking at some women in Africa, and this one lady, I actually have the video. I may do a part 2 to this later on in the day, or maybe even tomorrow night, just so that I can get everything together and you guys can see it as a whole. Anyway, she was complaining about the husbands, or the lack thereof, both actually on two sides. She was complaining on one side about how when women are born, as soon as they are able to walk and talk, they're in the kitchen. What are they in the kitchen learning to do? Learning to cook, being prepared to clean, being taught different recipes. They're taught how to be a wife. Women teach women in Africa how to interact with men. There's a certain level of respect that women in other countries automatically pass down from generation to generation for their men, because they understand the prerequisites that qualify them for wives as they become of marrying age. That's the whole point. The whole point is not a bag. Everyone tries to chase a bag. And a lot of these women, unfortunately, they're teaching their daughters to go get a bag, go get a bag, go get a bag. That's fine, but ultimately, the bag is the man, a good man, not any man, not some rando dude, buster that's lazy, or some little dude that's in front of video games 24 hours a day, or smoking weed and popping pills and all the rest of these things that are counterproductive. A good man, which is why a lot of women go to church to find that good man, because that's where a good man is supposed to be, used to be. There's been a mass exodus of men out of the churches because of all of the craziness that's going on nowadays. Now, one of the other things she was talking about was about how the men are not being prepared to be husbands. And this was back on the that other clip that I saw in Africa. And they're not being they're not being trained to be husbands. I don't know why. I'll have to do my research to find out. But I do know for sure that the men are being trained, that the wives are being trained to be wives. The girls are being trained to be wives. And that's why I'm a strong proponent of guys that want to get the passport and they screaming passport this and passport that. That's fine if you cannot find a woman and you're just a simple, regular guy and you just want you a wife and you want to take the path of least resistance. Go to Africa. Stop with all the Latin chicks and the Asian chicks. That's cool. That's great, because those cultures pretty much do the same thing in general. However, go get you a sister, homeboy. I'm soul brother number one. So I'm not going to support exiting the black community to go build up another community. What we're supposed to do is perpetuate our own community through the progeny. That's what we're supposed to do, of our own children, black children. An African American man with an African American woman. So if you find that woman in Africa or South America somewhere or anywhere else on planet Earth, Jamaica, Haiti, I don't care. As long as she's a sister, we good, because it's still us, and I'm all about us. Just because I'm for us doesn't mean I'm against anyone else. So what I am, like Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm kind of on the same lines with him. I agree with a lot of what he says, not all of what he says. However, I am a very strong proponent of black folks being with black folks and us furthering the agenda of us, because it's indicative for us to proliferate our progeny, our culture, and show people the better parts of our cultures, because we have a strong culture. Think about it, man. Who's not influenced by our culture? Not only that, that's just like some of the worst parts of our culture is what they're influenced by. They're not even influenced by the upper echelon. And even the upper echelon, they've ascended to such levels to where that they've acculturated many attributes of the top 1%ers of society. That's fine, but who sets the trend? What is the fiducial? The fiducial is regular, everyday, middle class America. Lower middle class and upper middle class. Set the trends for what is considered to be black culture. Family reunions, barbecues, Sunday dinners, our lexicon. And for those who are not familiar with lexicon, lexicon is simply the vocabulary of a language. So when we propagate these things by way of instituting healthy marriages, this is how we set forth or delineate the best parts of us as a black people. And that's what I love, because I love me some us. And it starts with healthy relationships. How can we possibly build a community, or a strong community for that part, if we don't have strong relationships? These strong relationships are conducive of healthy communities by way of good men being with qualified women who are qualified to be wives, is what I mean when I say qualified, and sticking together. Sticking together. Look, if you look at the image, I put up an image on you know what? Let me see if I can bring it in the picture here. Give me 1 second, because I just had it. Let me see here. Come on. Okay, let's go here. Okay, yeah, here it is, right here. Let me try a bigger. I got a bigger one right here. No, this is smaller. So that was the bigger one. Okay. Look at this woman's face. I want you guys to see that. I gotta get this in the picture, my bad. Let me get this. I'm still figuring this out to the best of my ability here. Okay, go here. Display center. Let me take this. Okay. All right. Let me bring this down. This up. And let me get this. Okay, so let me bring this over here. Okay. Now, look at this image, you guys. Do you see this woman's face? All this means is that it's not all roses. You know what I'm saying? They have their issues. And look at this man. The brother, he's dead serious. He's like, look, man, life is hard, but I got my woman right here behind me. And her face is, life is hard, but my husband is a good man. And I'm standing behind my good man. Not on the side of, behind my good man. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do another video on that. Why should women stand behind their men? Does that mean that she's just trotting along like a dog? No, that's not what that means. You know what that means? The reason why women stand behind their good men is because we as men, that's why men have chests, strong chests, and women have breasts. Breasts are super sensitive. They can't take anything. They can't take any kind of abuse. Men, we have our shoulders and our chests. So we walk with our chests out, our chins up high. The reason why is because we are shield. We are to shield and protect our women. So what that look like? How I'm gonna protect something if she on my side? What part of the game is that? What that look like? My woman on my side? I wish I would. No, not me. My woman is gonna be behind me. And she's gonna be close enough behind me so that I can shield her and protect her. That's what we are supposed to do as men. Now, if you're not attentive, if you're not sensitive to your man's needs, because that's not what you've been paying attention to, or you haven't been taught this, because the only thing you know is hot girl summer and all that old crazy madness, then there's a problem. There's a great divide, and something definitely needs to be done about that, because it's like, how can you possibly have a successful relationship, or how can you possibly even expect to have a man when you're not doing your part as the woman to satisfy his needs? Listen, ladies, all you have to do is cater to your man. Any man, as I begin to gain other folks, other watchers, because I was really active at one time, and excuse me, had to go into learning mode, crunch learning mode. I had to learn a whole lot of other things in order to get my business up off the ground and eventually become successful, which is what I'm working on right now. Well, here's what I'm saying. Here's my point. When men have a purpose and we're working toward that purpose every day, and our women are closely following behind us to provide us with the support and the womanly feminine energy as well as wisdom that can only be ascertained and revealed by and through a woman by way of God being the source. Man, that's the best thing. That's the best thing since peanut butter and jelly. That's how it's supposed to go. This is our proper roles. All this crazy madness talking about ain't no gender roles. We're equal. My partner. Are you crazy? That's another thing that runs me up the wall. What? My partner? No, dog. That's not how it go, baby. That ain't how it go. Listen, ladies, for those of you that are female, here's how it goes. You're not looking for a partner or your someone or that person. All these ambiguities, how did we get so convoluted in our communications? Words have meaning, do they not? So, let's think about this. What if your son came home and said, allow me to be more specific. What if your 12-year-old son said, hey, mom, or hey, dad, I have my perfect person. The hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Your perfect person? What do you mean? That's ambiguous, like to the extreme. That's ambiguity on steroids. Your person? He's a little boy. You're supposed to be with a little girl. What do you mean your person? There's no such thing. When we begin to blur the lines of clarity, that opens the door for utter chaos. Words have meaning, ladies and gentlemen. People of the court. Listen, when people are infelicious, that creates a whole nother situation. And that's how that comes across. And if you're not familiar with infelicious is basically, it's awkward. Awkward. Not appropriate. not well timed. It's awkward. So for my little boy my son to come tell me, "Hey, I found my perfect person," that's awkward. Like, what do you mean, son? Clarify. I'm like, perfect person, Dad. I wish my son would. My son bet not. Nah. Hey, look at Pops. Man, I met this cute little cutie. She's jazzy. She's pretty. She's notice the specificity of she's gender specific. We don't do none of that over here. Not at Truth to Life. Truth to Life. The truth is dying at the hands of feminists and includists. No, we want to include everyone and we're going to acknowledge everyone because we don't want anyone to feel excluded and prejudiced and just hated on. No, bro. There are boys, there are girls who grow up to eventually become men and women. It's not rocket science. How do we get in such a convoluted society today to where people have become confused? Like, this is indicative. It's indicative of insanity, utter insanity. How the pedagogy has been contaminated. For those who are not familiar with pedagogy is the art or science of teaching. So it's education at its fundamental basis. The very foundation of education has become convoluted. Do you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? It's contaminated with leftists, with political correctness, inclusion. What do you mean? The only thing that needs to be included is math, science, English, language. Hello? Spelling, articulation, calculation, geometry, trigonometry. These are things that we have to apply on a daily basis. These are the things that are important in schools. So my point being this, when we deviate from rectitude, which is, if you're not familiar with rectitude is moral integrity. When we deviate away from moral rectitude, there's a problem. And that problem is created at home because that's where it starts from. It starts at home. Translation is this: when the mothers are no longer teaching the daughters how to be wives, when the girls grow up to be young women, what are they going to do? They have no recourse because they have no education as a result of what their mothers and grandmothers and aunties have failed to teach them when they were children. All of this, I'm independent and I don't need no man. Of course you need a man. What are you talking about? I don't have a woman right now. I'm not married right now. Never have been. Although I know I need to be. And if y'all look at any given time, if y'all have any questions, hit the type them in the chat. Matter of fact, let me make sure. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm sitting up here running my head. Let me make sure that you guys can y'all hear me? That's the first thing I should have checked. I hope I'm not just up here like a dummy running my mouth. Can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because I'm not even sure about that. I need to be 100% sure. I have no idea. Hit the like button, by the way, would you please? I see I got a couple of folks in here, so if y'all would hit the like button, if you can hear me, and I'm hoping that you can hear me because I'm not 100% sure as of yet. and I need to be before I even continue, because that's not cool at all. If y'all can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know. I can hear myself, but I'm not sure if you can hear me. So if you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or something in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm hearing myself. Anyway, I think you can hear me. So I'm going to make the assumption you can hear me. I don't know why I'm not responding, but okay, no problem. I'll take it. Hey, it's what I do, so I'm going to push on. So let's get back to the video again. Let's go back, bring this up. Okay. So we are going to, 1 second here. Okay, now let's get back to, hold on, let me get this out of the way. And let's get this back up. Okay. So let's go back and.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trust.
Let's go back to this one part where she says to be groomed and trained.
To be groomed and trained to be a wife.
To be groomed and trained to be a wife. To be groomed and trained to be a wife. Did y'all hear that? This comes from a lady. This is a woman. She's attractive. So, coming from an attractive woman who is obviously either one of two things. She's either already been trained and groomed to be a wife by the women in her family, her elders, or she's educated herself. And if she's educated herself to be a wife, that's even better. It doesn't matter how you come across learning as long as you learn. If you were not taught, learn, teach yourself. Teach yourself. That's what I did. There was a lot of information that I wasn't provided with because I didn't have a mother or a father, but I was raised by my grandparents and I had uncles and aunts in my family who gave me the game. You know, they taught me some things that I needed. They taught me a lot of things that I needed to learn. And it's as a result of that I learned, and I'm very grateful. And not only that, the few things that they taught me, I took that and I learned by teaching myself other things, other skills that I needed to increase my value overall as a man. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get, how do I do this? I'm trying to get this, trying to send this link out right quick. Here we go. That's what I needed. Excuse me 1 second here. Yeah, y'all. I'm new to the game, so I gotta promote and do what I gotta do best way I can. So, anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So that's the thing, and it's like when we make those decisions, intentional decisions of teaching our women, the girls, teaching the women of the family, teaching the girls, grooming them and teaching them how to be wives, we create a better environment for our men, of viable women who are actually qualified to be wives. So it comes down to two things. Just two, right? These 304s are either going to, you have women who want to be wives and women who want to be 304s. It's just like your education. If you're willing to go through the prerequisites to take the classes so that you can qualify to get to sign up for whatever degree that you're interested in ascertaining, well, that takes a level of work and commitment and intention. Got it? So once we do that, now you qualify yourself. You're only qualified to apply for said certificate, said degree, hoping that it's not saturated and they already have all the students that they're going to take for that particular season or semester. You see how that works? So if you're willing to go through all of this work to attain a degree, to get a job or a career and work for a company that don't give a flying rip about you and fire you at any time, and you'll do whatever your supervisor tells you or your boss tells you to do without any of that mouth, I don't see y'all running y'all mouth to them, to your boss. You ain't gonna talk to your boss crazy. Best believe that. You gonna get your mind right. Oh, you ain't sick no more. Oh, I know it. It hurt, don't it? Yeah, I know, baby. I know. It's cool. I get it. You're doing what you're supposed to do to maintain your job. You need to make sure that you stay employed. So I bet you're gonna keep your mouth in check when it comes to your supervisor. I bet you're gonna check your attitude at the door when it comes to your job. You know why? Because you know that this is your bread and butter. Guess what your man is? Let me give y'all a secret. For those of you that are women in here, let me give y'all a secret. All you have to do, men, we're designed for abuse. That's our job. We're supposed to take abuse. We're supposed to dig ditches and drive tractors and drive 18-wheelers and be what you call it when they're loading trucks, boxes and crates, cutting grass and being landscapers and painters, you name it. This is what we're built for. You know what you're built for? Having babies, taking care of the house, soft. Not saying that you're supposed to be butt naked in the house. No, barefooted in the house and in the kitchen. I don't know why that's taken on such a condescending tone. How is this a negative thing if a woman wants to be barefooted and pregnant? And not only barefooted and pregnant, because guess what? You know how hard taking care of a household is? Cleaning up, washing dishes, taking care of children, cooking, learning new recipes for your family. Not to mention, let's say that your husband or your guy is the kind of guy that he just goes out and breaks his back and brings home the bacon and doesn't pay attention so much to the finances, but this happens to be one of your strong suits because you're the help meet. So you are to help your man meet the responsibilities of the family. Slide back, girl, and have you a soft life. That's all you got to do. Cater to your man, pay attention to your man, learn how to be a wife, encourage us and support us. And you know what happens? We go out there and slay the dragon so you don't have to. That's the key. That's all you got to do, ladies. Cater to the man. Cater to your guy so that he goes out there, slays the dragon, comes home, and doesn't have to worry about fighting another battle. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how we would feel? We go out there and we deal with all of these other situations, the fights and battles that life presents to us in general that are indicative of struggle and pain and progress and work. And then we gotta come home and fight another one. There's this narrative going around where you have guys where they'll pull up to the house to kind of decompress, right? They stay in the car to decompress before they get out. Why? because they know that there's another battle waiting on them when they get in the house. Where you been? Why you get home so late? And rah, 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 rah. Now take that and flip that. Imagine, hey, honey, how was your day? Oh, you look like you didn't have a good day. Run up in his arms and hug him and kiss him. I got your bath water, I got the shower running for you. Smells some food soon as he opened the door. Man, she cooking some chicken tonight or some shrimp tonight or pork chops tonight or steak or whatever your meal is. And the woman, she greets him with a warm hug and a kiss. She been at home all day. Watched a little bit of TV, washed some clothes, chilling, talked to a couple of homegirls, taking care of the kids. She working because that's a hard job too. But there are two different kinds of work. That's why teamwork makes the dream work. Now let me tell y'all, let me get you guys to understand this as well. Did you know that all this, what they say, my partner, back on the my partner thing, no, that's not how you get it. Look, if you're looking for a partner, go get you a homegirl. But if you're looking for a husband, you're looking for a man. You want a husband. You don't want a partner. Because you know what the 50-50 thing do? That means you also got to take 50% of the brunt, 50% of the chest, the pressure, that pressure. And that pressure will make you bust. Pressure make the pipe bust. So if you're not properly informed and or educated on your specific position, and if you don't understand that you need a man, you're doomed. Let me give y'all a story. Story time, y'all. I'm working on my story time music and all that because I just started my live. So I'm finna, trust me, give me a little bit because this is what I do and I love doing it. I'm finna mash the gas. I'm gonna have all that set up for you guys. But check this out. I had this bad little chick that I was kicking it with back in the Gap, right? So we ended up running across each other. Fast forward, just like some years later. And she had like 3 daughters since the last time I kicked it with her. I think she was like in her early 20s. Now, last time I ran into her, she was like 33, 32-ish, 33-ish. Anyway, she was still bad too. She was still nice. But she had 3 daughters. Okay, she had just bought a new house. She had 2 jobs. One was in IT, and the other was like a waitress job at like an IHOP or something. And that's actually where I ran into her at. And we kind of, we catch up. So I go out to her house, right? I pull up, we chopping it up, we kicking it. And she had just moved in, so she was telling me that she needed some help putting up some furniture, etc. Because she's single, she wasn't married. So something happened the next day, and she didn't call me. I called her because I ain't just gonna show up at nobody's house, and her phone was off. Don't know, what was going on, or if she just couldn't pay her bill or what. I don't know. So I let that slide. I figure, she want me to come. She'll give me a call or text me or something. Let me know. I didn't know one way or the other. So that day passed. The next day came, and I started. I called and the phone was still off. So I got a little concerned. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to just go pull up on her, but let me go pull up on her anyway, just to make sure things are okay. So I pull up. And I go ring the doorbell or whatever. She come outside, and she come outside limping. I'm like, what's going on? What's up with your phone and etc. So she was telling me, she said, yeah, my phone got cut off. I'm short on cash, etc. And I had to put my bed up. And while I was putting my bed up, I hurt my leg and my back. Ladies, for those of you who are women, listen closely. Your body is not built to be moving heavy furniture. And let's just say, for those of you who are successful, I don't need no man, I got education and I make XYZ a year, rah, rah, rah. Do you really want to have to pay somebody every time that you need something moved? Every time that you need something fixed? Come on, man, stop it. Stop it. You don't need no man? Yeah. You do. You need a man. The poor girl, she got 2 jobs and she got to take care of 3 daughters. Now her back is hurt and her leg is hurt because she in there trying to do something that a man is supposed to be doing by herself. She needs help. And this, my people, is why we need each other. I'm not saying that women need men and men don't need women. That's stupid. And that's one of the positions that I was covering when I first started my channel. Everything was female centered, woman centered. Oh, but the women this and the women that and the women. No, that's why I'm doing lives now, so that I can have a more comprehensive approach of how this thing is supposed to work. Because it takes the women and the men. We need each other. Where is this divide coming from to where people are saying that we don't need each other? Of course we need each other. Did you know, let me tell y'all something else. I recently, I want to say over the past year, I recently came into the enlightenment that there is a certain kind of man that I can only become by way of having a relationship with a woman. There's a man I will never know and never become if I do not have a wife or a woman. So as men, we need y'all to help us to become better versions of ourselves. That's how that rocks. That's what that's supposed to be.
Means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. And we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them. I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts. What?
Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Okay. This is where marriage starts. It's where marriage starts. It's not where it ends. There's another sister. Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna, you know what? I'm pretty sure I'm more than likely gonna end up doing a part 2. And that way I can prepare all of my videos and get everything straight for tomorrow evening. But there's another video where this lady, forgot who she was, but she said that marriage doesn't start until you're in the bed with your husband and what she say, you hate him or you can't wait to get away from him or something like that. Something to that degree. But it was more of what she was communicating was that I've been with you so long. A brief synoptic. I've been with you so long. I'm tired of being with you. I want to get away from you or get you away from me. And I don't know how I got myself in this situation in the first place. That's what she was communicating when she said, this is where marriage begins. It's not supposed to all be hunky-dory and everything is fine and great and wonderful. These are not, look, that's not even reality. It's not reality. We need each other. And relationships are hard. Let me see if I can give you guys a good analogy. Imagine the relationship you have with your relatives. Sometimes your mama get on your nerves. Sometimes your grandma get on your nerves. Sometimes you do not want to be in the same house with your sister or your brother. And you hate them. Not hate them as in wishing any ill on them. Not hate them as in the literal sense, but they just really annoy you and you just need to be away. But guess what? At the end of the day, you still love them. You still care about them. If there's something that they need, you'll still cater to whatever their needs may be to make sure that they're good. Why? Because love is demonstrated by action. And if you do not have the action that supports or confirms your words, then your words fall on deaf ears. And that's what this is. That's how this all plays out, man. It's work. But if the women are not doing their parts, and I'm just talking about women right now, if they're not doing their part, because I know there are hundreds, thousands of regular guys, but they're not attractive enough. They don't have the bag. What do you mean? What is your standard of living the way you gotta have Prada bags and designer this and designer that every 15 minutes? Stop it, man. Get off the gas. You're doing too much. It's not that serious. None of these things are conducive for a healthy relationship. Relationships are not built off stuff. People are more, I made one of my videos. People are more important than things. People are more, I'm going to do a Dr. Umar Johnson on this one. People are more important than things. One more again. People are more important than things. Shoes, stuff loses its value. It loses its newness. Relationships, ladies and gentlemen, are what hold the true value. But it's like this knowledge is esoteric only to those who are privy to it. Only to those who have had these qualities, these characteristics demonstrated in front of them. So it's like, why is it and how is it that we've become a society that focuses on things and stuff rather than the qualities of relationships? It is our relationships, ladies and gentlemen, quality relationships, not toxic relationships. It is our introspective work that helps us to improve as human beings every day to become better versions of ourselves for our mates. For women who are married to men and men who are married to women. We need to become better men every day. This is why reading is essential, to learn more information so that we're able to mollify the adversities of life on our women. And those who are not familiar with mollify, it just means to soothe. We need to soothe our women when our women are upset. That's our job. That's part of our job. Look, the institution of marriage, the success of the business. Marriage is a business, okay? And it's more practical than emotional. Oh, he loves me. Oh, I want to be with him forever. Oh, honey, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. When we say that, that's not because, oh, she's so fine or she's so pretty. That's because the inherent qualities, the inherent comfort and support and emotional support that this woman provides for me, her femininity that she provides for me, her wisdom, her female intuition that she provides for me helps me to become, it mollifies me when I get home from work and helps me to transition into a state of relaxation so that I can unwind and decompress. She helps me decompress. I don't have to pull up in the driveway and stop after a hard day at work. She helps me to decompress. Let's check this out again. I said we got a couple of new watchers. Listen to this, you guys.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. And we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them. I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts. What?
Y'all hear that? Now I had to play that again for the new people that logged in. Look, man, this is where it begins. And again, I got some more videos on it, so I'm gonna tie everything in because it's gonna actually end up being a very long live stream. So I'm gonna do part 2 later on today, and I'm gonna properly promote it, etc., and do what I need to do. Y'all will see the notifications, etc. But yeah, man, you have to cater to your man, support your man. We go slay the dragon. If he got to go get 2 or 3 jobs, whatever he got to do, when he come home, long as he know he can trust his woman is faithful and she's honest and she's handling her business as the wife while he's gone taking care of business at work as the man, we good. We good. We ain't got no problems. We ain't got no problems. That's what we're built for. Hips are not built to support heavy weight. Hips are designed by God to expand to support life. Okay? Shoulders and back are built and designed by God to bear heavy burdens. That's what we are built for. Women are to be closely behind their man. Just like that image that I showed y'all a little minute ago. And for those who did not see, let me see if I can bring it back up right quick. Where's that image at? What did I do with that? Did I close it out? Let me see. Where's it at? Where's that image at? Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show y'all this image for those of you who are new and did not get to see it. Okay, here we go. And here it is. Right here. Okay. Let me take that like that. And let me take this like this. Okay. Now, take a look at this image, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. For those that didn't see. Okay, now do you see how this woman, you see the expression on her face? For those of y'all that's new that didn't see this, and look at the man. The man is fighting dragons. But he good. Although he has this look of seriousness, he also has the look of certainty. My woman got my back. I know my woman got my back. And look at this woman's face. Just look at this. This is a beautiful picture. I love it. This is the perfect indication, the perfect example of what a marriage, a successful marriage, is supposed to look like. Is it hard? Yeah, you can see it in his face. It's hard. You can see it in her face. It's hard. Life is hard. But you know what? Look where she at. Close proximity. Look at them hands around his shoulders, because his shoulders are designed and built by God to bear the heavy burdens. And she's got her hands on his shoulders, caressing him. And she's close to her man, right there on his back. She's back, but she ain't way back. She got his back. That's what having a man's back is supposed to look like, ladies and gentlemen. This is what relationships, healthy, functioning relationships, are supposed to look like. Not all it is. I don't know why these women nowadays don't know how to keep their damn mouth closed. Huh? Shut up. Shut your mouth. Stop giving your man pain. Stop giving your man headaches. Support your man. Know when to shut up. Slide back, lay off, chill out. He's going out there slaying that dragon. And let's say, because I'm going to give you this much. In today's society, with inflation and the craziness of everything, things have become more expensive. So, okay, the cost of living has went up. So now in many situations, it's become almost impossible to support a family off of one income. So if that's a situation, that's fine. But you still play your position. Do you know why? Why is it that white women, Asian women, and all other women from all other cultures in general, because you do have exceptions, why is it that they understand? They understand the assignment. Slide back. We both working. Cool. We both tired when we get home. Cool. Women, you still gonna have to cook. You still gonna have to clean. But now guess what? Because you've chosen to support and encourage your husband, because you've made yourself worthy of becoming a wife, you're playing your position. So you still got hot food on the table cooking, or in the oven on the stove cooking when your husband comes home, because you got to take care of the kids. So you cooking anyway. You cooking for your man, your family. This is your family. This is your role. I happen to love cooking, and I happen to be pretty good at it. So whoever I choose as a worthy wife, then she gonna be off the chain. Look, my ex, she 26. I just broke up with her. I broke up with her twice. Physically, she bad to death. She off the chain. No makeup, no weaves, no nothing. Just fresh out the shower. This is how she look all the time. Bad to death. Slim like I like them, everything. But what she didn't understand was that she didn't have a proper example demonstrated in front of her of how a man and a woman are supposed to interact. So because her mother didn't teach her how she's supposed to move with a man, she doesn't have a proper understanding. I try to teach her to help her out, to prepare her for her future husband, or to make her at least qualified to be a wife. But that's you can't force somebody. You can't force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do. This is something that they have to want. And in case for the new people that came in and didn't hear this, I don't know if you heard me say it or not, but in our culture, the origins of our culture in Africa, don't you know they still teaching this in the culture? This is a predominant theme throughout the tapestry of our culture in Africa. It's prevalent in the society. As soon as the women can walk and talk, they're being trained, conditioned, groomed into being wives, because that's an important. Look, if you go to college, right? You meet your husband in college. Let's say you handsome little young guy, and y'all chop it up. Y'all like each other, end up falling in love with each other. He goes on to do what he's doing after he gets his degree. You go on to do what you're doing after you get yours. At some point, hey, we've been doing this thing for a minute. Let's get married. I want to spend the rest of my life with you because I like the way that you treat me. I like the way that you move, and you've acclimated yourself to my program. So we might as well go and tie the knot. You get married. Now you're pregnant. Can't work while you're pregnant. What you gonna do? Quit your job? Why? Or take the leave thing? But if he's any kind of man, he's gonna make sure that he provides for you and supports you. If he gotta go get 37 jobs, he gonna handle his business as a man. I got a confession to make. First, let me finish my point, and then I'm gonna make this confession. So, your degree is almost null and void. It's something that you could pursue later, and it's great to at least, to have that. But my point being this, you shouldn't have that as your primary concern. That shouldn't be the main goal of your life. The main goal of your life is to find you a man that you feel, that you believe, that you can trust. Like she was saying in the video, y'all choose off of certainty. I'm certain that this man is going to do something with himself. I'm certain that this man is going to provide for me because he can provide for me. I'm certain that if this man loses his job, that he'll still be able to make something shake. That's the point. Now, for my confession, I had a situation with my youngest son, right? His mother. When I tell y'all I was trash, woo-wee. Excuse me, y'all. I get like this sometimes about certain topics, but I was trash. This woman had to work because my stupid self, I'm out there, I'm selling dope, you know what I'm saying? I'm in them streets, and I just wasn't on point no more. I fell off. She got with me when we first got together. I was on point. I'm hitting on all 8 cylinders because that's who I've been, and that's how I've been for most of my life. But she did not deserve it. She got some of my worst, and I hate that. Excuse me, y'all. That's forever going to be one of my worst memories that I have about myself. And I will never, ever put another woman through that. And check this out. Here's the irony. Listen to the irony, you guys. This was a good woman. She was great. I have zero bad things to say about her. So let's rewind to the woman who did deserve trash. Garbage. She was just, oh my gosh. I ain't gonna speak too bad on her, but she's just, let's just say that she was not my preference. And when I had this homegirl in the hood, and I was at the top of my game too. I went and got her. She was pregnant with my other son, because I got 4 kids. She was pregnant with my other son and had my daughter, and she had an apartment and she was doing just fine. And she fell off for whatever reasons, probably after I got her pregnant. And she was living with somebody, and I mean, they had her like slaving while she pregnant, and we wasn't together, whatever. She was my baby mama, so we was still messing around. And it was trash. Same thing I just did. I cried. When I pulled up and seen how she was living, I was like, not mine, not me. I wish I would. At that time, I was working at a telemarketing place, and I've always been the best. I'm going to be top dog wherever I am. If I'm selling dope, I'm going to make the most money and take over whatever neighborhoods. I'm going to be a baller. I'm going to do my thing. If I'm working a job, I'm putting in 80, 90, 100 and some hours a week. I'm going to make it do what it do, because that's just how I'm wired. So tell me why when I seen how she was living, I heard about it first. Then I seen it. And mind you, we were not together. I went and called this woman outside, pull up, call outside. We had the conversation, and I'm crying throughout the conversation because I'm seeing how pitiful she living. And it hurt me to the core of who I am. So I told her, look, man, don't worry about it. That's all right. Don't worry about it. That week, I took my paycheck. I went and got a 4-bedroom. No, it wasn't 4-bedroom. I'm lying. A 3-bed, 2-bath. It was a little duplex. I wasn't balling out of control, but I was doing my thing. I was getting money. And it was the quickest thing I could get right then. I went and got her that next week, packed her stuff. Let's go. Y'all not finna be living like this. We not together. You not finna be my woman because you not for me. I don't like how you bring out the worst in me. So, but because I'm a man's man, I'm not finna have my kids living like this. And I'm not finna have my pregnant child's mother living like this. I wish I would. I bet not. So I took her, moved her in until she got herself together. And we did have a few fights while we were there. And I hated that. That's just not the dude I am. I don't put my hands on a woman. and I didn't put my hands on her, but she ended up cutting her hand really bad, and it was my fault. And I just, oh man, I got some stuff I feel bad about in my life. Anyway, so we moved from there. After she got her little housing, her housing came through, and I waited for her, for her to get back on her feet again. And as she got on her feet again, that's when I slowly removed myself and went on my way and, did my thing. Because a chaotic childhood is not a healthy environment for children. It's not how I see myself. I'm not finna argue with you. One of the things I will say about my youngest, and that's with the horrible children's mother. I had two by her. My most recent son's mother, I let her know. One thing I liked about her, she followed my lead. That woman will follow me off the cliff. What was the problem? Why are we not married? Because I went to the penitentiary. Because I was trash. Because it was my fault. We're so quick to blame. Oh, it was him. It was the woman. It was the white man. Blame it on the rain. The sky's falling. No, dog. How about it was you? How about you were not doing what you were supposed to do as a man? So when are we going to do what we're supposed to do and make it do what it do? And improve our family situations. Increase the level of literacy our children are supposed to have. When are we going to lead our women the way we're supposed to lead our women? So I said all that to say this. For those of y'all that don't know, you need to know. And for those of y'all that want to know, hopefully you will learn. I'm going to give you the game as best as I can. Anyway, with that being said, hey, it's been nice. I appreciate y'all for joining the stream. There's a whole lot more to come. I still got a whole lot more work to do on my streams as well as myself. And, hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Oh, don't forget, hit the like button. I would appreciate that. That'd be great. Anyway, hey, man, till next we meet later on tomorrow sometime. Well, we're already in the AM time, so it's already officially tomorrow. So later on tonight sometime, holla at your boy. I will be back. We'll be back home. Appreciate you. We out.